Happy morning, children. I have kept here three-dimensional shaped objects, as you can see here. See, in your 6th standard class, you have already got introduced to this three-dimensional shaped object. I'll just like to show it to you. See, from your 6th standard textbook, three-dimensional shaped object, cuboids. Then here, see cube. Then cylinder. Here, cone. So, cylinder, cone, cuboid, cube, these are all examples of three-dimensional solid figures. So, your 8th standard textbook, we are going to revise the lesson. Surface area and volume of what? Three-dimensional solid figures. Cuboid, cube, cylinder, etc. And these solid figures, they occupy some space. The measure of the space occupied by a solid is called as the volume of the solid. So here, first we will take the example of the first dimension, three-dimensional solid figure, that is cuboid. And examples of cuboid in our day-to-day life, most of the time we are dealing with cuboids. Most of the time. So where and how, just see it. So now, see, in my kitchen only I got this. Divya Herbal Pay, this box. Now I drink this tea. Okay, and it is very good for our health because it is a natural herbal tea. It is. And if you see here also, if you see this again, a Taifu refreshing organic peppermint. It is. It is organic. So in science you all have studied when anything you buy which is organic, it is in the purest state. So the things which are kept in this box, why we could keep the things in the box? Because the box, inside the box, now just now we said measure of the space occupied by a solid is called as the volume, right? So here if you see this object, there is space. See here, there is space in this object. So see, so many are here inside. I could keep this all the sachets could be kept because there was space in it. So this space which is there is nothing but the volume. Volume is not a very tough thing to understand. The measure of the space occupied by the solid is called as the volume of the solid. So here, this, as I said, this box is an example of a cuboid. Now, how the cuboid looks like, you can see very well. You have studied edges, faces and all that. Here if you see the, here, this, all this, if you see, they are called as the faces. This is the example of cuboid. Same way, this is the example of cuboid. And here, see this, our soap. Inside this there is soap only. Now how we could keep inside this soap? Because there was lot of space inside. So we could keep the soap inside. Okay. So now here also, this Sat is Sabgul. This is really very good for our health. So here also this box, if you see, inside this box again that is Sabgul is there. Now how are we? Why we could keep it? Because there was space. See, because there is space inside, right? So I could keep it inside. If there is no space, how I will keep? So this space which is there is nothing but the volume. Okay, so what is the volume? The measure of the space occupied by the solid. Now here by the cuboid. So this is actually the example of cuboid. Now here see this, Amazon.in, lot of things we keep on buying all the time, online stores. So now in whatever things we have brought, see here, this protein powder which was bought by us here, a strawberry flavor. So it was in this box. It was in this box. Why it was in this box? Because inside there was space. So that space which is occupied by this object inside, that is nothing but the volume. And now practically, if you have to find the volume of the cuboid, now here if you see, this is the length and this is the breadth and this is the height. Okay, see here, this is the height. So if I want to find volume of the cuboid, how will I find? By formula. By formula, how we will find? Length into breadth into height. That is the formula for the cuboid. What is the formula? Length into breadth into height. See now, here they have given. Volume of a cuboid is equal to length into breadth into height. So now if you look at like this at the figure, how it looks, see. Here they are saying length, breadth and height. Length is 3 centimeter. This is the length even. Okay. And breadth is 2 centimeter. This is the breadth 2 centimeter. And height is also 2 centimeter. So to find the volume of the cuboid, the formula is length into breadth into height. Okay. So 3 into 2 into 2 is equal to 12. So that way you should remember the formula. Volume of the cuboid. What is the example? Length, breadth and height. And how it looks like. See here. Here, these are all called as the faces. Now, you all have studied in this your classes, lower classes. In 6th standard, you all have studied. Just look at when and how you studied all this. Cuboid. So, you have studied in 6th standard. So, they are having faces, then edges, vertices. See here. Faces, edges, vertices, cylinder, cone, pentagonal pyramid. What all, so many things you have already studied. Here see the picture of cone, everything you have studied. So it's not new to you. The only thing I want you to understand is that how to remember formula and what are the example and what is the meaning of volume. If you understand the meaning of volume, therein only we have really been successful in making you understand the concept of three-dimensional object and why they are needed. Okay, so volume of the cuboid is length into breadth into height. I hope you have understood. Now if you see the practical example what is been given in your textbook, I would just like to take one example and now you should do it on your own. Find the volume of a box if its length, breadth and height are 20 centimeter, 10.5 centimeter and 8 centimeter. So how will you find the volume of the box? Now take the example. Now this is only the box. Say for example, this is only the box. And how will you find the volume of the box? Length, breadth and height. If this box is there, how will you find? So in your home, no, you take any of the box and practically you find it out, no. Take the scale, measure, this is the length, this is the breadth and this is the height. Okay, height means what? When it is asked to you that you have to measure your height, how will you do? You have to stand straight, right? So here, this is the height of the box. So length into breadth into height, you can find the volume. So practically you do it in your home and find it out. Now here one sum, you take your textbook, write practice set 16.1 and practically find out volume of this box. Now here how you will do? You will use formula. You write given L is equal to, B is equal to and H is equal to. Respectively means what? Length is 20, breadth is 10.5 and height is 8 centimeter. Will you be able to do?